hello. Hello. I'm gonna turn the audio down for me real quick. Hello, welcome, good afternoon. We're playing more Dawntrail today. Apparently... So FF14's hosting a thing, or is like doing a promotional thing where like FF14 streams, you can get mounts on it. I thought it was like only like verified, I thought it was only like verified channels. Coming to find out that it's any FF14 streams that are on that has a specific tag on it. And then I went to go check. I was like, oh, maybe I should add it. Oh, it was already there the whole time. So, oops. So if you watched my stream at any point, I think for like a total of 6 hours, check and see if you got the mount. But other than that, sorry, that was the last thing I did last night was check my island. Anyway, we're gonna continue with the story. I am wide awake. Happy 4th of July. Oh, I was trying to level up Viper. Viper's super fun. I saw a thing this morning how they were gonna implement some sort of changes to it, which I'm like, you guys, it's a bit early to be calling for like nerfs on this class. That was like literally, it's not even been a week, y'all. It hasn't even been a week and everyone's like, it's hard, too hard. And then like 3 weeks later, it's like, oh, it's kind of boring. I don't want to play it. You know, if there's one thing to fault, it's the constant kowtowing to. You know, I think Fortnite and FF14 have the opposite problem, where the devs over at Epic are listening too hard to the competitive crowd, and the FF14 devs are listening too hard to the casual crowd, which kind of shows you the divide in like the audience. Like a lot of the people that play, you know, it might not seem like it, but a lot of the people that are playing Fortnite are the competitive people. A lot of the reason why there's a lot of eyes on Fortnite is because of the competitive aspect of it. The reason why a lot of eyes are on F14 is because of the casual aspect of it. Like now more than ever, especially like after having gone through the trials that were in the MSQ yesterday, or the last couple of streams where you fight Baku Jaja as Wok Lamad, and then you have the sorry, I was putting like lotion on. It's super hot out here, and like, my hands are super sweaty. Also, if you can hear the fan, I apologize. I have it pointed at me, but I'm trying to. I thought I had an angle so that like my body blocks most of the airflow. So if you hear it during the stream, I apologize. What was I saying? Oh, you play as Wuk Lamat in the little instance, and then you had to fight the Shade of Galu Jaja. I thought for sure that would be a trial, especially since they let you keep control of your own character. I thought maybe, you know, maybe something might go wrong or blah blah blah. But you know, this adventure being one based on somebody else's story, not your own, and you were kind of being forced to take a backseat. This is her NPC party. It includes you. Anyway, last we checked out, we met Kettenrum, and we're gonna be like, hey, what the hell? You just been chilling here this whole time? I believe Kettenrum is based off of, what is it, Marco Polo, right? Who just kind of disappeared. Oh, you have ether currents for me? Oh, you do. You're not marked on the map. Am I crazy? This is the wrong map. Okay, it's like, it's not marked on the map. 1, 2, 3, yeah. These guys are the last ones. That's what I was gonna do last night. I was gonna I was gonna do this ether current quest because they're literally the last ones. Oh no. 1, 2, 3. Oh well, this quest that I'm on. This quest that I'm on. Gets me an ether current, so that's number 4. Okay, fine. After this, we'll go back and do these ether current quests. Huh? Blue eyes is a bone. Yeah, I'm gonna shut that door. I got a new phone, and it's not entirely different from my old phone, but one of the big features it has, my old phone was pretty old, not super old, but like relatively old. It was one of the lower end Galaxy models, and so this one I was like, okay, my old Galaxy, my flagship Galaxy S8 still works fine. It's a little slow because it's been a decade, I feel. My previous phone was one of the lower ends and it was like showing like greater signs of wear and tears. Like I don't treat it any worse. Like it's super slow, it's so unreliable. But this one has like, this new phone that I have has like a bunch of cool new features on it. One of them is super fast charging, so I had to buy a new cable for it. It's like 80 feet long, it feels like, and so I'm like, every time I get out of my chair, I'm like, it's a trip hazard. So if I ever get up from my chair and you hear me stumbling, that's why. So I just have everything in a cone around me. Anyway, why did you choose to settle down in Mamuk? They haven't exactly been welcoming to outsiders, legendary explorer or otherwise. All the more reason to keep a weathering eye on him. Though see now you've won him over, methinks I'll have less need for vigilance. I'm here at Gulu Jaja's behest to ensure his hard-won peace is kept, and incidentally to remind the real Ja of his duty as elector should he have forgotten it. My own man ordered you to stay here? That's no way to treat an honored guest. I'd say I'm more than your father's guest by now. Or didn't you see the sepulcher atop Warkor Zormor? That's right, Ketenrem was one of the names. That's my boyfriend. Your father and I fought shoulder to shoulder in many a battle, Vale Armanda being but one of our triumphs. He and I... That's my boyfriend. So when your brother tells you to stand watch, you stand watch. You trust in his judgment and his strength of will, even if that means you have to sit out the occasional scrap. Surely you understand such a bond, surrounded as you are by all these bright and eager faces. I wonder what he sounds like, because he's not from here, he's from Charlian. Shouldn't he have a British accent also? I do. My comrades are my strength. My friends are my power. Oh my god. My comrades are my strength, and it's thanks to them that I understand Papa's home for this nation, what I must continue to protect. That's so funny. I should change my title also to specify that I'm doing MSQ. I know it's kind of, I know that people are less inclined to watch MSQ, especially since I'm so far in, but Then prove your readiness for the throne, Diplomat. Find the Golden City. Oh, I will. With these ones beside me, even uncovering a legend should be child's play. Especially since I believe I already have. All by yourself? How? When? Huh? Well, as you know, Electors are forbidden from giving unfair advantage to claimants, so when Hun Wuruk refused to vouch why my grandfather passed through Ikbraj 20 years ago, his silence spoke volumes. You think Galuf's visit had something to do with the Golden City? Precisely. Moreover, only the Yokui who lived in Yaktel ever dreamt those golden dreams. When exposed to certain triggers, those with magical aptitude have been known to receive vision. I can't do a British accent anymore because my voice is stuck doing a horrible New Zealand accent. Like, I know it doesn't even sound New Zealand, but like that's where I'm going for, and like it sounds awful. I've been watching too much, and the girl for all his abilities are all but representative. The Yokui are no stranger to the arcane. Which means the Dreamers of Eld likely owe their experience to their inherent qualities and their proximity to the city itself, here in these forests. Huh. All we need to do is search Yaktel from top to bottom, right? It would behoove us to try and narrow our focus. To that end, I propose we return to Mamuk and make inquiries. While there, we can all take the opportunity to see to any necessary travel preparations. When everyone is ready, let us assemble at the Aetheryte. I thought Aetherites were just like naturally occurring, and you know, it's funny that it's like a Western invention or a European invention. You're Kuwa's boy, ain't ya? She told me about you. Said she tasked you with finding the Golden City. Kashwa? Aye. I might even succeed despite my best efforts. I had begun to think it was a fool's errand. My own fruitless search in my youth proved as much. And here you are, older and wiser, playing the fool again. Courtesy of the company I've been keeping, perhaps. Uklamat's not the only one to have grown thanks to her comrades. We'll find it together. Was I ever that young? I was watching so much of like the Bad Batch, like the Star Wars show The Bad Batch, and if you don't know what that is, it's a show about the clones from Star Wars. And the main characters are the clones and one little kid. And the little kid is also supposed to be a clone named Omega. Except she's got like the thickest New Zealand accent I've ever heard. And because Tamara Morrison, the original actor for the clones in the movies, is also from New Zealand, D. Bradley Baker is doing an accent also. So it's just 4 people that talk like this for like 50 episodes, and then occasionally the little girl chimes in and she's got a thicker accent. I was like, I can't help it. Like, I'm just at work sometimes, just talking to myself. You waited for me. It seems Kettenram knows my mentor, so we chatted for a bit longer. Alfino said to meet by the Aetheryte, so I'll see you there. I don't know what accent I'm doing for Anvil either. He seems very deliberate with his, I don't know what's going on with the quest disappears. Fine, I will pick up the quests on the way. My goal is to do the Aetherites as I go through the expansion, like I always do. I don't wanna have to come back here and walk. I also like the quest accepted chime for Dawntrail. It's just that one at the top. We'll do it. We'll just do it. Okay, we'll just do it. I mean later on when the quests become level 96 and I'm like a million or 5 million short again, I'm gonna have to do it again eventually. But you know what? Hey, the queues are so incredible. I know I said it during like the beginning of the playthrough like a few days ago, but I'll say it again. Impressive level of oh. I need to play with these new buttons here. I never actually read them. I was gonna say, like, it's the way that you can just get in and out of the game is so crazy. It's very much unlike Endwalker. I was fully expecting those numbers again. But no. So I logged into the game around like 11:30, I think. About 11. And I was like, oh shit, cause I have plans later in the evening, and I was like, okay, but I want to stream beforehand, so let me like log into the game now. Maybe I'll be able to stream for a few hours. And I fully expected queue to be at like 1,000, so I would have to wait here for like a couple hours. No, I turned away and I was like, there was my guy sitting on my island. I was like, oh, that's crazy. It's like in the middle of the afternoon also. You know, maybe because it's a holiday, maybe a lot more people are out. But also, it's the conflicts of that. It's also people who are finishing the game and kind of like taking a little break. Like, a lot of people went super hard. They're probably taking like, give me like 72 hours away from here, you know? But yeah, they did they fixed the queues. I mean, it took them, they spent the last 3 years preparing, and they sure freaking did. So props to them. I don't feel nearly as fearful, but also maybe the queues for DPS will be a little bit better. I mean, insta queuing as tank is fine. So we'll see what that looks like, but I feel like I get sidetracked with this game as it is enough already anyway, you know? We'll see. If the queue times for DPS ain't too bad, then I might just stick with this for now, and then, you know, I'll be more inclined to keep to play my Viper class, because I definitely do want to play that at some point. But I've been doing all that off screen. But like I mentioned at the top of this video, or this stream, is they're making some changes with Viper. I don't know exactly what, but I was talking to my friend about it, and I was like, it seemed entirely random. And he was trying to explain that it wasn't, but I was like, so it's random, right? like I understand what he was trying to get at, where like if you press one button, it guarantees whether or not you're gonna be doing you deal damage from behind or adjacent to the enemy, and that wasn't my issue. Was trying to figure out, well, that was part of the issue as to, okay, I don't understand which button causes me to have to stay back or stay to the side of the enemy. It seems like you press one button over the other and then it'll decide for you. But my thing is, the combo that it expects you to do is random every time, which is okay, but maybe that's what they're trying to address. It's like kind of encouraging one way or the other. But at the same time, it's like, well, how are you supposed to encourage that? Because it's kind of random on purpose, isn't it? That's kind of the point. How close is my oh, my Viper can't even play because he's level 83. He's not even in Endwalker. Don't make fun of my gear. I've thrown away so much of my gear. I'm also trying to keep my my free company afloat by putting out my submarines and shit, which is what I forgot to do before I started stream. I'll do that later, I guess. But yeah, I've been trying to level up my submarines and stuff like that. So. At some point, they should make like a swimming animation for all the mounts, so that you don't lose your mount while you're like swimming. That would be neat. Oh, but the water looks so great. There's a lot less underwater areas, it feels like, but there's a lot more situations where like the water is just shallow enough that you can see all the way underneath it, which is nice because it kind of promotes the tropical view of it, you know? Alright, we are gonna try this again. So last night, when I was playing this, I tailed this guy for 40 minutes, and then at the very last second, he turned around and went, "Oh, you're right there!" So, oh, he's over there again. Oh, level 100 though, so he will absolutely kick my ass. It's so weird seeing level 100 in this game. Especially because, like, down here, you know? Like three numbers will solve them forever. Like 3 digits. A space for 3 digits will solve, I think. Because making 1,000 videos, or making 1,000 of anything, 1,000 levels is unheard of. It does make me think, like, you know, how far is FF14 gonna go? Like, they said that this is their plan for the next 10 years, but I'm like, is it? You know? I mean, I would definitely want them to keep it going, but at some point, I'm gonna skip the cutscene because I'm not paying attention. But like, my thing is, do we really want this to keep going for the next forever? Which I'm sure people do, and it's fine if you do. I definitely want something to keep playing, you know, keep investing into. Not investing into it, not like I'm making any of this money back, but like, you know, investing my time into, I guess, you know, like I feel like I enjoy consistency, especially now that like I'm a grown adult, you know. It'd be nice to have this, but I would also want them to make like a new MMO, but kind of incorporate it. People were thinking like that they were gonna make like a separate like game client, because they were talking about how like Yoshi P was talking about how like we want people to he wanted to try like making it so that people could start the game from Dawntrail, which is an interesting concept. And I'm like, the only way I can think to do that would be if you did have a separate game client, but at that point, just make a different game. Make Final Fantasy 17 the MMO. You know, that's kind of the trend, right? From 11 to what would be Final Fantasy 21, I guess. FF20 would be a crazy number, and I feel like that could. Oh, that's what that means. Like, this means you're visible. That means you're not. Okay. That's a good indicator. I was trying to figure out, like, how does the game recognize what is and is not visible, but that's good. That's a good visible indicator on the actual character model itself. I would want an MMO that looked pretty. You know, it seems like they're kind of giving up on the idea of turning this into a single-player game, which I'm pretty sure was the original plan at some point. I'm pretty sure that was the original plan at some point, but I think now they're just incorporating things throughout to make it more single player. Like the MSQ is mostly single player, except for like the trials, I think. Alright, here's where it fucked up. I'm just gonna stay right here if he's just gonna turn around over there. They're gonna be like, oh, you're just too far away. Look, see? He turned around right there at the very last second. Oh my god, I'm so mad. That was literally the end of it. I'm not doing anything wrong, as sneaky as this looks. Ah. I see. Anyway. Oh my god. Walk all the way back. I'm driving. Not that I'm saying also like in the middle, like the graphics something. Not saying like the game looks bad or anything like that, but like it's clearly very much like still using that. This. Say burst stone ready. Oh, there's another guy here. I was like, did that say burst stone ready? I was like, I'm not playing as red mage. Alright, see y'all. Anyway. What was I saying? Yeah, not that the game looks bad or anything, especially the new graphics update makes it really good, but like, I guess you can't really make an MMO too graphically complicated because it still has to run on a majority of systems, you know, like the fact that this was like a huge graphics update and it's like running like, graphics cards that are like, I mean, everyone's like high-end graphics card using like 4090 or something, 4080, whatever like that. 40 series, but like the new graphics patch runs on the 20 series stuff, so like if you have a nice beefy computer, you never had an issue with it, you know, that you're set. Honestly, not even just for MMOs, because like a lot of game companies are not gonna choose to alienate most of their fans. Like, yeah, our games look incredible, but you can't play it unless you spend like however much money on graphics card, like $800 or whatever. I don't think they're too keen on alienating the fan base that way, so. I love how much more detailed the paths look. I guess when I guess I couldn't really articulate how I was feeling when it came to like the overall design of the maps, but like I would it's a secret. Secret's safe with me. Alright. Now that we did that, we just had the one, which is fine. I talked to my friends, I was like, when am I gonna get to Cyberpunk? They're like, not for a while. Oh, look, they have that! Okay, like, this is, I got spoiled on the Tron bike. Oh, 7.5 million gil. It's crazy. I don't think it's tradable on the market board though, so you have to spend 7.5 million. But at least it's available. Super cool. Julie Lamb, thank you for the follow. The merchants were more than happy to mend my gear and sell me supplies. One would hardly believe that they were ever averse to aiding visitors. You won't believe how many najul they gave me. Now all we need is a hint to point us in the right direction. City of Gold, here we come. I think I can offer that much. Hey, it's these guys again. I have an inkling of where the Golden City might be. It's over there. Are you gonna help us? No. I am forbidden from seeking out the Golden City, but my wife is beholden to no such constraints. Oh, very cool of you. Thank you. And then anything you can tell us would be greatly appreciated. Our people have lived here for centuries. There is no corner of this forest we do not intimately know, save for one. Do you recall the place I showed you where my son confessed the truth of blessed siblings? That stone pier stands at the entrance of the sky-deep cenote, the final resting place for children we lost to our zealotry. Precious few are permitted beyond the cenotaph doors, and we have not explored its deepest recesses. If the Golden City is in Yaktel, it may well be hidden there. Yeah, can we take a look? Oh, sure, why not? We don't... That place is no longer sacred, it's just filled with a bunch of... Now we will conceal the sacrifices made to conceive them. Nor we will concede the sacrifice. You're gonna have to walk through all the abortions in there. The cenote is no longer under our protection. It is a dismal burial ground, and our children deserve better. Their bodies will be moved to a place of... Okay. I was like, the fact that it was just like a... They just dumped, like, babies in there. I'm sure Baku Jaja would appreciate that, and we're here to offer any help if you need it. Not an awful thing. Heavy, you know? Like, it's... It doesn't justify his actions. I appreciate the game acknowledging that earlier, but like, still, it's awful. If father also visited the cenote, come to think of it. It was many years ago by now. He came back with a bunch of gold. A notable affair due to the foreigner he brought with him. A mage, I believe. Yeah. Your grandpapa? The Dawn servant did not disclose his reasons, but he's descended past our cenotaph and into the old Yokui quarries. Doubtless the very same one excavated by Vorporler's dreamers. Then the Golden City must be there. In the depths of the sky-deep cenote. I wonder what this place looks like. Thank you, both of you. You will find a winged beast or two lingering in Drog descent. They will carry you below. I believe in you, third promise. You will make a magnificent Dawn servant. I wonder, can I just fly down there? Or is the trip like too long to fly? You know what I mean? Like, is it like, should I just? All right. The sky deep cenote, or is it a dungeon? It's probably a dungeon. We're due for another dungeon, I think. It's about time. It's about time for another dungeon. Walk all the way across. I'm going the wrong way. This place is pretty. I'm glad that they didn't alter the way that the world looks here, because I love how different it looks, the blue hues to everything. They kind of implied that they were gonna make changes to it, you know. It'd be nice for like some patches of sunlight. There's clearly like areas in the map where like you can clearly see the sky, but like it just kind of peeking through, you know. But that's, if I wanted to see that, maybe I'd go to the top of the map. I think it would be cool if I could fly up past the canopy and see it, but while I'm down here, it's blue. I think that would be very neat. They did a really good job with the designs of, like I mentioned last time, every expansion they have to come up with like so many different locations that is just a forest. So it's really cool that we get like an area that is so very different, you know. And speaking of different, I think I don't know anything about the cyberpunk world other than Cyberpunk City, Night City. I keep calling it Cyberpunk City because calling it just Night City does not roll off my tongue as well as I want it to, you know. It's too short of a name. It's too it's too cool. It's too hip. I need a more obvious name for it. Like, is that its own? I don't know if it's its own zone or if it's like just an instance or something like that. It seems like people are hanging out there though. I don't know. My friends who've been there have not talked to me about it. I haven't really been asking any questions, to be fair. I don't want to ask any questions. So, I'm still greatly curious as to what it looks like, you know? So I guess we'll see. I do know definitely one of them is like a dungeon. They said so. It's like that one screenshot that literally just looks like the inside of a computer, like with the fans and everything. I'm pretty sure that one is an instance, but they seem to show that there is a separate area that is just a place for you to walk around in. You know, it seems like it. But I wonder if that's gonna be more like an Amarot situation where like the area is mostly something else, and and then in this little corner is a city, which would be fine. I hope it's an extensive city, you know, kind of like Amarot, or not Amarot, because Amarot's like they gave you like one corner of it in the map, and then there's like a bunch more in the map that you just cannot walk around for some reason. That felt like I was robbed, you know. If it looked like Mega City from that Fortnite chapter, I'd be fine with it. You know, like, that place was pretty complicated. Hey, it's from my island. These little... I keep calling them, like, the little logo of the Sriracha bottles, but then I found out that, like, the Sriracha bottles just look... It just looks like a dragon, I think. Oh, there it is. What the hell is that? That's a mount? It's a drone! I thought that was like a bird thing, or like a little creature. I assume that you can just fly your mount. Wow, look how blue the water is. This is a cenotaph, which means that beyond these doors is right to succession or no. Disturbing the souls that rest here feels wrong. I know, but I can't turn back. Let's pay our respects at the very least. Alright. Time to end this. At level 94. Or level 95. Clearly this is the ending. Clearly this is the end of the expansion. This feels like, this feels almost like when you're fighting, Dalamun. Not Dalamun. Zeromus. Or Bahamut, yeah, you're fighting Bahamut or something like halfway through, like Endwalker. I'm like, excuse me? Alright. Let's try and queue up. Just by myself. Wait. Wait, she can be healer? I wonder what you would have to do to force her to be healer.
Let's get to it!
Aww.
'Twould be a pleasure as always.
Let's give it our all! Let's give it our all!
Let's get to it!
I wonder what you would have to do to force her to be healer. Because she can be tank and DPS. I don't think you can. Anyway. Let's see if we can't queue up. 13 minutes? No. What's it like for tank? Five minutes. Less than 5 minutes. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay. Oh, you can't go in the water? Bogus. Holy crap. Oh my god. Oh my god. Just right there, huh? Yeah, see, look here. They don't really explain the whole your party members are just random dudes. So I'm surprised. That they would, during the Galoo Jaja fight. They would force it to be a solo instance. didn't think that's what that was going to do, but... Feather Ray. A nuisance is such a general term. Bubbles, not us. Yeah, give me that. Yeah, give me that. Can you see the jars in the water? That's fucked up. Wow. Look at that. Wow, look at this place. It looks like the in Black Flag, the little temple at the very end of the game. Rats. That's some walkers. You're like Bakugan. I can't tell if this mission is just using single target hits, but like, or if they're using some sort of shotgun move that hits all of them. Still got hit anyway. I was gonna say, if I don't get a single one of those, I'm gonna go nuts. I'm having trouble keeping anything. Oh, this is a Picto? Wow, look at that. What the hell? Is that it? Is that the city of gold right over there? Was it under Mamoja Caves? Place looked like before they implemented the graphics patch, or is there no backwards compatibility? I feel like there should be a way for it so that people that have played prior, you know, the very least there should be like some sort of, yeah, the game kind of looks like this, but the graphics patch should be like optional, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's like a thing where if it's like a thing where if they couldn't implement this level of quality or this extensive I don't know if I'm explaining myself properly. Early on in FF14's lifespan, they cut off support for PS3 because that was the end of the PS3 support. Right? It was just like there was just no way like they could expand further if if they kept designing things for the PS3. So I think the very first expansion and the very last expansion that PS3 got was Heaven's Word. How are you supposed to tell? So many graphics on it. Absolutely. Losing it here. Nice. I did not get a level up, but that's okay. That's okay.
I thought this place was of Yokwi origin. But is this glowing stone their creation as well?
I don't believe so. I've never seen anything like it.
Then it's from an even older time.
Don't tell me it's the Allagans again.
Tch. All the way out here in the west.
While careful study would be required to confirm, it does not appear to be reminiscent of their designs.
Make sure it is a little bit lower. Look at that though, that looks crazy.
A golden light. Could it be?
A portal to the Golden City. Touch it.
There's something on the other side, but how did we get over there?
Oh, like that. Cool.
That's how, apparently.
right then. Let's go and take a look.
It looks like the, oh, never mind, it's huge. I thought it was just tiny little gates, like an Elden Ring, where you click on it and then you teleport to,
That
like,
seal.
a portal.
That's Charlian and no mistake.
Huh. Look at his eyes. So shiny.
How do we open it?
Come and look at this.
The keystones. Ah, the tablets.
Your tablets might be a good fit, wouldn't you say?
You should have given her like a bag to hold the tablets in, because I'm just like, well, come on. Nice. The keystones, I realize, are just like gathering the when you defeat a primal and you gain your ability back in Realm Reborn.
Leave it to Alfino.
I don't know why that just hit me. I don't know why, like 15 hours in, however long. Nice. Are we finally going to Cyberpunk?
Is this it? The Golden City?
Though there is some resemblance, it doesn't quite live up to what the Yokwi described from their dreams.
I mean, there's clearly a door.
Well done! Well done indeed.
Oh, I thought he was invisible.
You, my dear daughter, have found the entrance to the City of Gold and triumphed in the right of secession.
So we did it.
So it's real. It was underneath the Mamu village this whole time.
We made it to the end.
We walked all the way to the end. I mean, we trailed all the way to the dawn. Sorry.
You seem more perplexed than joyous.
It's just... This place is unlike anything we've seen in Tural. Never mind the peculiar stone.
It is very Black Flag, you know. And now that I think about it, this whole
So I am
expansion,
given to wonder, what exactly lies beyond that gate?
like between the kind of tropical setting, the fact that like the tropical setting has like a hidden stone temple in it that has like glowing light, that is very similar if you play Black Flag and you know what I'm talking about. Like there's like the little underground temples for the first civilization. It looks almost exactly like this, minus purple, of course. I think it's like closer to like yellow or white in Black Flag. The Viper class, it looks just like Edward Kenway. I wonder. Oh, and the trailing missions also stolen from like Assassin's Creed.
Nothing less than the golden city of legend, I assure you. A circumstance prevents us from opening the gate. As to what the city is and what Gall of Maldesium discovered all those years ago, this knowledge and more, I will share with you after your ascension. What you choose to do with it will be up to you.
The Golden City is real. It took a while, but I finally found it.
Ha ha! Come, let us return to Tuliola.
Home at last.
Oh, we just go. Well, we've done it. We've seen Woklama to victory in the Rite of Succession. Like me, I expect you have no few questions about the Golden City, but they must wait until I claim it. It's like the game's telling me, like, calm down, we'll tell you, you'll get back there. Even as we speak, she prepares for the Ascension ceremony back at the palace. I'm given to understand it will be held in a few days' time. Let's take a rest. You may now enter the Sky Deep Ceremony stage. Yeah. Okay. Several cutscenes are gonna play, babe. Yeah, in order. A few thoughts before we go forward with the Rite of Succession. There are a lot of criticisms that were being leveled at Woklamat. It's kind of difficult to criticize the character for a number of reasons. One, because it's like, well, it's a new character, you know, like you can't really fault her for being like, kind of. I've seen the complaint that it's like, oh, we're kind of just throwing away, or like not throwing away, but like we're focusing too hardly on a new character. Why is all the story focus being placed on this character? I'm like, yeah, but maybe it's because I'm used to reading One Piece. Or rather, it's like the nature of like expansions. It's like, what am I gonna go to this new nation and it's gonna be entirely about us and only us? Like, that seems kind of self-centered and selfish, right? That kind of defeats the whole purpose of like exploring this new country, this new continent. Like, it'd be better. It's a better story to be told in the lens of through the lens of a character that is not us, like a native, you know, and like we get to be the there gets to be a reason for stuff to get explained to us, because like, oh, and an expert, like she's like a princess, right? However, a few criticisms to level at Woklamat here. I was kind of under the understanding that like the way that this was gonna go was that you have these four claimants to the throne. You have one who is overly obsessed with peace only, no fight, only peace. One of them is everyone has gotten so complacent that they don't know what war is like, so I'm gonna bring so much war on them that they're gonna wish that they didn't think this way anymore. Like, I'm gonna remind them, basically, the very boomer mindset. The other one is like very much a very modern mindset. I reject tradition, embrace modernity. Like, I went overseas and found science, and I want to bring it back home to here. Our old traditions suck. There is no room for our traditions for this new world that we live in. And the other one, I understand his motivations, but I will say that the way that he was being displayed was, fuck it, I'm chaos. I'm the wild card character, Bakul Jaja and Bakuler Jaja. So just to kind of summarize my thoughts on all four of these claimants, Bakul Jaja, again, they kind of go over the fact that, like, we know he did something horrible, and he's gonna get reprimanded for that, we promise, but we want you to understand, like, hey, here's his reasoning for doing all of this stuff, and it's we're not justifying it, we're totally not gonna try to sweep it under the rug, but I don't think the game's gonna acknowledge the fact that Bakul Jaja is, like, a criminal. You know, it's like Sasuke coming back to Konoha, and, like, the guy's like a terrorist. you know, Sasuke and Orochimaru coming back to Konoha, like, these dudes are criminals, and you're giving them positions of power in government. Anyway, Kona, I think, is the one that I have less to talk about, just because his character seems to be not one note, but it seems to be pretty straightforward. His whole thing is just like he needs to find a balance between modernity and tradition. There's room for both, basically. Zeroja, I think even less to say. His whole thing was like, these youngins don't know what it was like back then. We need to remind them, and it's like, do you? I feel like you're projecting a little. And lastly, Woklamat. I mentioned this already, but her whole revelation that the opposite of war is not peace, but more peace, even better peace, peacer, Peace 2, the sequel, is flawed, and I was hoping that before the end of this competition, and who knows, there might be something that goes wrong after this, and like, oh, never mind, and maybe she, you know, of course we still have half of the expansion to go through for her to develop a character. Right now, I do understand the level of criticism of, like, she's pretty one note as a character, and how, she doesn't come to the realization that the opposite of war is not peace, and, it is, or rather, it's through her actions that it's shown, but the thing is, her actions says one thing, but then her words say another. You know, like, her actions kind of promote that whole, like, tolerance and equality as the only way we can get through without war. But the way that she is saying it, I think, is maybe childish. Maybe it's coming across as, maybe that's what I'm thinking, is it's coming across as, like, it's coming across like she doesn't know what she's talking about, I guess. But her actions are very clearly, like, rooted in the whole, like, I want everyone to get along well with each other, which at the end of the day, that is what peace is. But it kind of ties in with Zeraja's mindset of, like, you're kind of promoting people to be very complacent, but and just kind of like, nah, forget about it. We don't have any differences with each other. We're all friends. It's like, no, you're not supposed to ignore the differences and just assume that everybody's gonna be friends. You're supposed to work with the differences and find the common ground in between, and that is what makes it work. You know. I think that's what the game's trying to shoot for, but I think Woklamat just kind of comes across as like, you know, peace. She keeps saying peace, and it's like, I get it, but like, what do you actually mean by peace? What's your platform gonna run on, besides just kind of making sure everybody gets along well with each other, you know? I would purport those are some pretty valid criticisms for Woklamat, is that, like, she's kind of a not a one note character, but like a character that has like a one-track mind, you know? What are some not valid criticisms of Woklamat is that, like, oh, her voice is cringy, she's transgender, she's ugly, I hate her, I hate the fact that she's a new character. I'm like, I don't think those are valid criticisms. And not every single person has those, not every single person has all those criticisms, like, all in one mind. Like, I have a very good friend who does not like the fact that like this new expansion is focusing on a brand new character. And my response to that is, yeah, but this is where she lives. I mean, I'm not gonna go here and assume, like, you know, like, I think it would be crazy if we go here and Lise was like, oh yeah, I'm actually from Toral. I was like, I would absolutely hate that. Shut the fuck up. I would hate for us to go across the continent and then the story be about an established character. I'm like, ugh, I'm so tired. Like, if we're gonna do that, go back to Lenosha or Gridania. Tell a story again there, you know. Go back and like, oh, there's a section of Gridania that we didn't know about, blah blah blah. You know, I think that would be cool. But that, I don't know if that's just not the way that this development team is thinking of expanding the world. You know, I would love for them to go back to Authored and revisit those characters. I think that would be a cool expansion. But at the same time, the story's gonna be about those foreigners, and like, will people be okay with that? You know, if the story is about Yugiri again, you know, that'd be cool. I think that is a valid criticism, and it's fine. But those are my thoughts right where we are in the story right now. Congrats. Go take a break, man. I should have taken off my shoes and my hat, because a cutscene's gonna play again. I'm gonna be laying face up, plank pose on the. Okay, there you go. On the bed. Oh. Surprised to see me. I suppose it's only natural. May I come in? By the way, just to clarify, when I was talking about all the invalid criticisms of Wokalamot, I mentioned that she's a new character and it sucks that the story is being told through her perspective, and I said I would excuse that. I am excusing only that. Because I also mentioned the fact that people are criticizing this new character for being, oh, she's I hate her voice, and I hate who the voice actress is as a person. I was like, that's not a criticism of a character, you're just a bigot. You know, like, I think that's the end of that. There's no arguing that if you hate the actress because of who they are as a person, you just kind of suck. But if you're criticizing the character because she's new, you know, I'm willing to argue that one point specifically. I think everything else I've said, I stand by. But if there's one thing that I disagree with, a valid criticism that I disagree with, is that, like, the whole thing of, like, it sucks that the expansion is focusing on a new character we don't know about. I think every expansion should focus on a new character that we don't know about. Think about how in Heavensward, this story is all about Harshaphant, what's his name? It starts with Emmerich, right? Emmerich, yeah, Emmerich and Isael, right? It's a whole cast of characters, and then the next expansion is about, you know, it's about Lise, who, yes, we know Ida, but technically she wasn't a real character up until Stormblood. Lise is like a completely different character from Ida, and Alice, and then in Shadowbringers, it's like, yes, we knew Grahatia, but like, this is like an entirely new take on Grahatia, and you know, all of those people, and then also in Stormblood there's like Yugiri and Hien, you know. Anyway, moving forward. I haven't properly thanked you. That my sister was able to realize her true potential is testament to the quality of her traveling companions, particularly you. For that, you have my heartfelt gratitude. You would have done the same thing. My primary business in calling is to deliver a message for Lamatier. As you well know, after the Ascension ceremony, she will officially take up the mantle of Dawn Servant. She has expressed a desire for you to accept the post within her administration, while making no mention of me. You needn't decide immediately. My sister will broach the matter with you again after the ceremony. Whether you continue to assist Lama T or not is up to you. Well, I'm gonna have to decline because I ain't no political person. I don't think the Warrior of Light should hold office. That is all, if you'll excuse me. I was also thinking that he would be Dawn Servant because I was expecting Wooklamont to be a regular from now on. But having her posted up here as like president of South America kind of prevents her from running away to adventures. You'll become someone irreplaceable to her. As a brother, I acknowledge that with no little jealousy. Does Wooklamont have a crush on the Warrior of Light? I say that I hope you will stay by your side. It's painting the story to be that way, which is kind of cute. And thus it arrived. The ceremony. Oh, yeah, the ceremony. Wow, look at all those NPCs!
What a crowd! As befits the changing of Dawn Servants.
It's starting.
The Dawn Servant!
Look! He's here!
The Head of Reason is resting again. Thought he'd grace us for this occasion at least.
I think the Head of Reason is
People of
dead.
Tuliolal, you honor us with your presence.
The guys, the Head of Reason's gonna take off the mask thing and it's gonna have red glowing eyes.
For on this auspicious day, we witness the dusking of one era and the dawning of the next. The succession of Dawn Servants. But I've talked for long enough. Allow me to present the claimant, whose determination, wisdom, and compassion guided them to triumph and the City of Gold. My daughter, Wooklamont.
That guy's head is fully wrapped in bandages.
Huzzah! Huzzah!
Long live the Dawn Servant! Long live Tuliolal!
I feel like Golul Jaja is dying also, because I mean, what are you gonna have like this head just dead next to you?
Growing up in this city, I used to think I knew all there was to know about Tulihyolal. But my journey showed me how much I had yet to learn about the cultures, histories, and aspirations of this nation. Through the time-honored Ihana, the Hanuhanu taught me how they nourish and cultivate both the land and their bonds with visitors. And with their alpacas and tradecraft, the Pelu showed me the depths of their patience and fortitude, to know when to push through and when not to push your luck. From the moblins and their artisans, I gained insight into the power of creativity, that it is when we are filled with passion and bolstered by the support of others that we produce our best works. And in Kozamauka, I was moved by the history and hopes of the Yokhui, who believe that death isn't the end, that we live on so long as we're remembered. I felt joy and harmony in Yaktel when I tasted Shebruk Pibil, the dish that marked the beginning of peace between the Shebral and Mamurja after centuries of warfare. And I felt sorrow in Mamuk when I met with those who placed their faith in the promise of blessed siblings, and for this were burdened with great suffering. Through the understanding we forged, I'm hopeful that they will find what they seek through friendship and community. For we are all Tural.
Understanding with Mamuk? What sorcery did she use on them?
All of which is to say that, as I've come to know our nation, I've seen the ways in which we thrive, and the ways in which we still struggle. Some in Kozamauka must resort to banditry to survive. A faction of Yokhui still cling to dreams of conquest. Not everyone lives in peace and plenty. And there's still so much of Tulihyolol I don't know. Places I haven't seen, and people I haven't met. That's why I hope to keep learning about and from you, that we might build a nation where everyone knows happiness. Because if there's one thing my journey has taught me, it's that your happiness is my happiness! I say mine, but the Dawn Servant doesn't need to be a single person, does it?
Oh dear. What is she doing?
Yeah. My father led Tulihyolal to prosperity by the resolve and reason of his 2 heads.
Okay, hold on. I muted myself because I was trying to give her a moment, but I'm like, oh no.
But my 1 head can only get us so far. To further change our nation for the better, I'll need someone else.
Don't choose me. Choose Kona.
Someone with the knowledge and insight that I lack. So what do you say?
Okay.
Be Dawn Servant with me, Kona.
Man, their big brother must be feeling like shit.
Mamachi, are you certain?
Absolutely. You take reason, and I take resolve. Together, we make a full Dawn Servant.
That makes sense.
You'll have no objections from me, of course. But mine is not the approval you need.
During my time abroad, I
He says the exact
experienced
same
the
thing.
benefits of foreign technologies, some of which I introduced to our nation. Dirigibles now soar the sky in the south, while locomotives traverse the land in the north. I was convinced that by imitating foreign powers, we could assert our strength and thereby deter invasion. Yet despite my intentions, I failed to understand what I was too eager to cast aside, and the very people I wish to protect. My own journey has taught me that culture isn't a hindrance to progress, but a shared value that binds us, connecting lives and generations.
That guy has the same hair as me, in some version.
With your blessing, I vow to help Tuli Yolal prosper in a way that honors the hopes and heritage of all her peoples. My esteemed predecessor would accept nothing less.
God, the same markings too. What the
For
hell?
ultimately, I harbor the same wish as my sister. To give you cause to smile. That is my heartfelt desire.
Glad this didn't go to waste. This is the Lay of Legacy, the part of the Tulihyola saga where you and I become the next Dawn servant.
Good heavens! Don't tell me this is what kept you so busy ahead of the ceremony.
Just so you know, I didn't decide this on a whim. After reflecting on all we've been through, I realized it was the only answer.
With this, both my brother and I have worthy successors. He would have been proud.
His brother being the other head. Is he dead?
Of course you knew.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been 3 years since my brother left us.
Oh my god, 3 years? And he's just had that with him this whole time? That's so sad.
It cannot be. The head of reason is no longer with us.
Oh, tragic tidings.
I didn't want to believe it.
I'm sorry I never told you. We wanted the people to rest easy until our successor could be chosen.
I mean, I figured as much.
Planning
so
the
sad.
right was my brother's final duty. He was determined for it to serve the nation's best interests, and labored nigh without cease.
Oh, like, but is he gonna die? Like, just factually, like, that's like.
And then he died, forcing me to do the actual work. A sneaky bastard. But he did well. I have to give him that. The outcome speaks for itself. Though not quite to the original script, your new Dawn servant rises. May they shine resplendent, and their rule bring light ever greater to Tuliolo.
Like if he, like, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work the same way except for humans. I would assume if one of them dies, the other one is, like, also dead. Because, like, you know, that's necrotic flesh that is literally just chilling on the shoulder right there. But that's really sad to see. Just right there. Woklamat was brilliant up there, wasn't she? The part with the second promise was surprising, but between the two of them, I dare say our new Dawn servants will be capable of anything. The future of Tulichola is bright indeed. I was gonna attempt that jump puzzle up there again, but it's nighttime, so it's gonna look the same. I wanted to see what it looked like in the daytime. Earlier in Yatel. Huh?
Change is in the air, and it's all because of our little firebrand.
Okay, he's got like a...
Every Ilmer father's daughter, that one.
Irish accent.
I'll be watching where you steer this nation, lass. With what time I've got left.
Oh, is he dying too? Is he barefoot? Oh, he's got sandals on. He sits down and he just dies. Oh my god. He didn't even get to sit down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Dawntrail. Hey. I do like the Dawntrail theme. It's happy. It's happy for once. Yeah. Shadowbringers was so sad. Endwalker's sad. Even as she moved the people with her heartfelt words, she retained her characteristic spontaneity, as evidenced by her nomination of Kona as fellow Dawn servant. As sudden as it was, I would like to believe she gave it all due consideration. She could do far worse. Kona completed every feat except the last, and that he only forfeited to help Woklamat secure victory. I look forward to seeing how Tulichola will prosper under their care. Anyway, can we get to Night City? I was promised I can't even do the cyberpunk theme. Everyone, thank you for coming. I could see you all perfectly from up there. That was an impressive speech, Dawn servant. I told you, no titles. Besides, after everything we've been through together, you're nothing less than family. So, like my family does, I'd like you to call me Lamachi. I'll try to pronounce it correctly. Thank you. It means a lot to me. It would also be my honor to call you Lamachi. Mine as well. Indeed. Consider us your Eorzean cousins if such a notion appeals to you. Eorzean cousins. It's a little embarrassing, but not in a bad way. There's still lots I'd like to say, but I need to make my rounds first. I want to thank my supporters who are visiting for the occasion. Could you wait for me here? Sure, we'll just like, I don't know, kick a few cans around or something. Could you join me? Sure. Wonderful. Come and meet me outside the Winged Walk then. Everyone's wearing cyberpunk gear. I want it. Like, they seem to be doing the same dungeons I'm doing, which is I'm like, how did you get this shit? Ready? Let's go. Our first stop is Auntie's Tacos. Not just for a snack, I promise. Okay, Blue and Mablu should be there. Alright, we're gonna jump. Ready. Hold on. Oops. What is that? Is that... No, this is deliveries. No. Oh, this is custom deliveries. Still kills my frame rate just a little bit. Still kills my frame rate. Dawn Servant Wook Lamont, words cannot well express the profound joy your ascension has brought me. No need for formalities. I'm still the same old me. I wish I got like a costume change, just very slight. Alright then, I shall forgo formalities. Ah, but I cannot. I'm ordering you to not to bother with formalities. Alright then. I could more easily converse with a drunken alpaca. Thank you for helping Woklama become Dawn Servant, Sora. Political opinions in our community may have been divided, but a Dawn Servant's ascension presents us all with a prime opportunity, which is why I convinced everyone to participate in a commemorative sales campaign. My first big undertaking as a merchant. I do like the sound of a sale, so long as I'm not persuaded to buy too much. It's good to see you all again. I want to personally thank each of you for your help. The feat of Reeds and the feat of Gold were my first true tests as claimant, and not for your guidance, I would have failed to write a succession before I fully understood its importance. Now that you've given me a taste for celebrating culture, I can't wait to see what else Tulihiola has to offer. In Shock to Raw, for instance. You must observe proper etiquette. I would be happy to offer my services as a tutor, should you desire that. I can think of no better instructor. I'll be sure to bring Kona as well. Your duties as Dawn Servant will be plentiful, but don't forget your promise to attend Ihihana next season. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. When I've made a name for myself as a merchant, I'll come by the palace and tell you all about my biggest sales. Hold on. I've been personally attending to your alpaca's care. Dare we hope to see you at the ranch again? Tell my fluffy, spit-filled friend that Buklum I will visit soon. Anyway, you'll have to excuse us. You haven't seen Fawn Chitane around here, have you? A tall, slim fellow with long, pointy ears. I saw a man matching that description by the weapons dealer in Bayside Bevy in the company of a mob of the pair Yapui, if I remember correctly. It's a Bevy. Enjoy the festivities, everyone, and the tacos. Oh, it's the hunts. That's the role quests, I guess? Oh man, I'm gonna have to do those at some point, don't I kind of want to do those as my Viper class, which, you know, unfortunately I'm probably not going to be able to play for this expansion, but I thought for a little bit about doing like the post-patch content on stream, but I'm like, that was part of my rule, was like, I'm only going to be doing 7, like, number .0 content ever. You know, anything above that, I'm like, I need to keep that for myself or else I lose my proper relationship with this game. Dawn Servant! Sora, you honor us with your presence. Thank you for coming, everyone. I know the journey to Tulihiola isn't a short one. Long road worth the travel to congratulate you, Dawn Servants. To hear the head of reason has passed brings me sorrow, but we who remember him will ensure he lives on. May the accolades of this day be his offering to the future he envisioned. The High Luminary and I attend on behalf of Warlord's Echo. Had our people come en masse, we would have been an obstruction. Nonsense. You're always welcome, all of you. This is your city as much as anyone's. I'm glad to see you hale and whole, Sora. Though I know little of the particulars, I can only imagine your latest adventures has been both long and colorful. Beginning with near shipwreck, if you'll remember, yet here we stand celebrating the ascension of your claimant. When my journey began, I thought only of preserving the peace that my father worked so hard to create. But the fear of pots, the fear of proof, and the feat of ice showed me that peace is not simply the absence of war. Okay. She did learn her lesson, but again, the words, the way that she was expressing it, made it seem like she didn't. Being able to live together in safety and happiness, that was what my father envisioned for this nation. That's the Tulihiola I want for you all. Okay, alright. Maybe in the way that I read what she was saying, I thought her thing was just like, I want even more peace than I originally wanted. So, it seems like this is her way of internalizing and saying out loud to the audience, and like, yeah, no, I got it. Which is fine. Then in that case, any criticisms I've had with the character specifically on that point, fine. I will say I wish that it was like said better, because it kind of came across that she was still like, okay, peace, 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 peace. So I promise you this: as Dawn servant, I will do everything I can to bring that same happiness to the bandits in Kozamauka and the Yakui of Chirwager Saltern. I won't forsake them. As I was moved by your father's influence, so too may the Chirwager come to accept your peace. Their beliefs have stood for a millennium, while not easily shifted, neither are they immutable. Well, I can be pretty determined. They'll come around eventually, mark my words. I can vouch for the efficacy of such determination. Thanks to the Moblim's hospitality, I've been able to rediscover the joy of my craft and honor my father's legacy. Now that good living is secure, the village overflows with field smiles. Such cooperation between the Hellpants and Potsworn is the very spirit of a healthy pot pact. A partnership like yours is bound to be fruitful. I look forward to seeing the fantastic pieces you produce. There are some other people I'd like to see, so we should take our leave. Go and try and find Hunmuguk. I believe I saw him on the sands below. Enjoy your time in the city, and remember, this will always be your home too. It is ironic, every time I come here it's like nighttime. Like, this would be fitting if it was like daytime, because the Dawn servant is awaiting. Which is kind of funny. Are there stairs? There are, okay. I was like, this would be a nice restaurant if there were stairs. Oh my gosh, it's like 2 floors. The honor us with a personal visit, Dawn Servant. Congratulations upon your ascension. No, none of that. My title may have changed, but I'm still just Woklamat. More than just, I'd say. You've grown into a leader fit for this nation. Your father must be proud. I hope so. But big events like this make me wonder, you know? What my birth parents might say if they knew. Okay. I imagine they would say that it fills their hearts with joy to see the strong, compassionate woman you have become. I don't know why this has to be kept a secret, though. I don't know why we're winking at each other. We know she's adopted. I yield my thanks as well for fulfilling your promise to me. I told Bakul Jaja to stay with us so we could all congratulate you in person, but he marched off, muttering something about not being able to face you just yet. The boy needs purpose beyond catering to the demands of others. He was always too obliging for his own good. I'm sure he'll find it in his own time, especially if he knows his family is there for him. That we are. By the by, have you seen Ketenram anywhere? Or Tankwa, that is. Ketenram, was it? Strong name, if a bit exotic. We called upon him before leaving Mamuk, but he wasn't at home. I don't recall seeing him at the ceremony either. The first promise was notably absent as well, though I assume he required time to salve his injured pride. Did he kill Ketenram? Everyone thought he'd be the one to succeed Papa. My victory must have come as quite a shock to him. It's not like everybody was voting, he literally lost. As for Tankwa, I'm sure he's around here somewhere, or ready to appear when we least expect him. We'd best be going, but relax, enjoy, and make yourselves at home. Come and visit us anytime. Are we gonna frame Bakul Jaja and it turns out it's Zeralja? Cool. I do like these having party members following you thing. The rumors that Gulul Shazami will go on a pilgrimage now that he's no longer Dawn Servant. That's funny. I hope he didn't rush on our account.
Seen everyone you wanted to see?
I have. Sorry for keeping you all. Now, there's just one last matter. What Kona spoke to you about. I'm sure he made it abundantly clear, but I'm completely serious. I want you to stay in Tulihiola with me. I'm not forcing you, of course. But should you wish it, you'll always have a place here. Ah, that's right. This is for you. A permit granting passage to Shatural, which, as I recall, you've yet to see. An adventurer like you could hardly resist, no? I can't believe our journey is over already. You accepted me as a comrade and stood with me to the end. You have my eternal gratitude. Thank you. Well, I had better get going. I need to start learning all my official Dawn Servant duties. I'll be sure to share what my old man says about the Golden City too, once he tells me. Till then, feel free to pass the time as you like.
For now, I will remain in Tural. There's someone I'd like to see before returning to Sharlayan.
What about the rest of you?
Alize and I also intend to remain a while longer. As educational as this experience has been thus far, we feel there are even more lessons to be had for Garlemald. By hearing about the peace your father facilitated, and then seeing you reforge relations with Mamook, we were reminded of a profound truth.
This does bother me that, like, what's his face from Garlemald, the leader of the rebellion, or not rebellion, whatever, that guy. Why isn't he here with us? Why are we doing all this shit?
That is, acceptance begins with understanding.
And, like you demonstrated throughout the rite, there are unexpected yet effective ways for two sides to understand each other. The question is how to encourage it. And by seeing more of this nation born of unity, we hope to find some hints.
Like, these two know that, but, like, they're gonna have to bring those ideals back, and it's like, you know, I mean, they'd be a bit more, they're probably a bit more receptive to it, but at the same time, I'm like, I mean, you know,
Personally, I can hardly wait to learn more about the City of Gold. So, if I may, I'd like to stay in Tulihiola as well.
By all means. Your rooms are at your disposal for as long as you need them.
And what of you? Thinking of touring Shaktural, perhaps?
yeah, why not?
Of course. You're hardly the type to leave half a continent unexplored.
Then perhaps we could travel together? The person I intend to meet is my mentor, so I'll be visiting my hometown in Shaktural. If you have no particular destination in mind, I'd be happy to guide you en route.
Wow, the lighting.
Then it's farewell for now. Take care, all of you.
When you're ready, come and meet me at the Shaktural Skygate.
We're friends to the end, you hear me? Friends to the end!
No, stay here. It's daytime. I want to go do the thing. I want to do the jump puzzle. Yeah. All right, let's try it. I wish there was more. Not more, but like the place that you end up at is so secluded that I'm like, and dark that I'm just like, oh, I was kind of hoping that it would be more. I could see more of the sky with it. You know, that's my thing. Alright. Let's see if we can do this before the sun sets. Oh shit. Oh shit! Oh fuck. I like that the door opens for other people too. What's on the other side? Just nothing? Oh, there is something here. Oh, but no jump puzzle on this side. You just stops? Oh. Look at that. It looks almost like a waterfall or something. Reminds me of in Wano, how Wano is sitting on top of like a huge waterfall on each side because like the waters have like receded or something like that, because there's like a whole underground part of Wano. Talking about One Piece. Speaking of which, you know, this is Wano. Now we're about to head into Egghead. Come on. I think it's funny how this thing is tiled. What's this for? I guess if I want to shortcut it, but that seems so dangerous. Like, see, this is more open, right? But it's I guess from here you could do it, but you can't see the town from here. You can hardly see the town. I wonder if I can climb that tower. I wonder if there's a separate jump puzzle over there. There, see? Like, from here... Yeah, it's fine. I guess you can see more of the town from just a slightly higher angle, but like, they put like giant walls on either side here, and you can hardly even see the backside back here. This looks like the area in Stormblood where you fight Xenos. Oh, look at that bridge. That just straight up looks like a modern-ass bridge. Is that the bridge to, what did they say? Shaktura. Come find me at the Sky Gate, he says. I guess that is where we're going. That is where the Sky Gate is, isn't it? Can you go up to that? Can you even go up to that tower? I don't think you can. Like that tower specifically. I mean, there's a one, I mean, it's the one tower. Oh, there's a little baby. Yeah, no, I don't think you can. It's too far out. But the city's so big and huge. Okay, if the cyberpunk city was like this, I guess, where you can like walk around in it fine, you know, like it's like a hub world area. I guess that would be the way to go about it, but you know, if it was just like Mega, where you just fly around. Whichever way is fine, I guess. What time is it? 2:30. I got a little bit of time. I do have to head out sometime soonish though. Alright. Past these gates and over the bridge lies Shaktura. You have your permit, yes? Packed and ready? No last minute stops to make before we leave? Forgive me. I'm afraid traveling with our Dawn servant may have scarred me for life. My water bottle has just been like melting on top of my garbage can here. Yeah, I knew it. Fucking Zaraja. we hiding the fact that it's Zoralja? But where did he go? Where did he get the tablets? Loving the wide angle shots. Like, who could this be? This is the gate to the Golden City. 2 decades ago, your father bade me transcribe a letter to a scholar across the salt, petitioning to the study of this place. What he discovered was something the Dawn Servant feared enough to seal away forever. But so we thought, until the right's objective became the City of Gold. But to think that Tanqua would be entrusted with its safekeeping. Had I known that doddering old fool carried a set of keystones, we might have spared ourselves those tiresome feats. Oh, they're about to unleash Bahamut 2.0, aren't they? Yet the new Dawn Servant succeeded where I could not. Taking their throne would be no easy task. I mean, considering the other guy has, like, if you're gonna give 2 people nuclear launch codes, I would hope that the one guy has better security than just lying around, I assume, because they just stole it. The resilient son underestimates his own potential. There's no need to worry. I have liberated the key from the Dawn Servant's vault. You alone have the means to unlock the gate. Oh, okay. You still need a key. The football. You will gain all you were denied. The right, your father's shade. These bitter memories shall soon be forgotten. Seize your future promise. Open the gate and become the ruler you were destined to be. Yeah, that guy's a villain. Clearly. I want that as merch. Give me that. It's working. I hope they die immediately though. I either want him to be the final villain or to just die right here. Is someone there? Can you hear me? At last. Who's there? Show yourself. If only I could. Alas, this gate will not open for me. Only the key in your possession can connect us. Then you are the guardian of the city's great power. I do not claim this power is great, but the knowledge I possess is enough to realize any desire to remake worlds. Is that so? Ha 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 ha. Fascinating. Name your price then, for my desire is the world itself. Yes, yes, the resilient sun rises. Together we shall create a nation worthy of our rule. Yeah. promise. Why? Yeah, I figured. I was kind of just trying to figure out which one was the crazy one. Clearly him. A useless tool was cast aside. He didn't really do anything though. Deliver me a new world, one that bends to my will. I'm surprised he didn't kill Zeralsha, because that guy didn't seem like he was doing much of anything on this. Maybe I'm wrong. As you wish, but in exchange. I take you! Wahaha! Please tell me level 96. Yeah! Ready to get underway? Maybe I'll stop once it becomes level 96 quests. Present your travel pass to that guard and let us be on. You won't have to wait long to enjoy sightseeing. The bridge of Choctaw is a wonder to own sight. Can we actually walk across the bridge, or at least part of it? Here. He looks like a Elden Ring character. Ah, my apologies, sir. If you would wait here just a moment. Very distinctive colors. I'm surprised they don't mention it. These guys remind me of the in Wild World, whenever you wanted to like go out and play with your friends online, there'd be the two dogs operating the game.
Shall we then?
Oh, come on, let me walk at least a little bit part of it. Look, it looks so cool. It looks like a modern bridge. With like a little wire to hold it. This isn't cyberpunk world at all. This is just another desert. I'm tired of this.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shitona town. A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered. Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
The guitar riff, though. My god.
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni. It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier. As for the way to the train station, let's ride these fellows, shall we?
Instead of alpaca, they have bison. Short on Ronik? Great, so, phone will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. But if you need two, then you'll have to wait. No, it's okay, I'll just ride side saddle. The Ronik have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for Redden has proven boss to some work. usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since last I was here. Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. Okay, fine. As well traveled as you look, it's not only the Ronique that's been giving us trouble. Other wildlife has shown sign of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on Ronique for a safer trip. Now we're good. I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. If this is your first time in Shaloni, I can understand your enthusiasm. You'd be ashamed not to ride one at least once while you're here. How about this? I'll ride the Ronique. And you can walk. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. The train station doesn't hit the town. Take it you're heading to Hutsatawi then. I'll have a man bring the Ronique over there. We're literally in like a cowboy saloon. Oh, we're struggling. I've checked all 3 sides of the building. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or 3. Well, you did also say you haven't been here for like years.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
Guy has a cowboy accent. Southern accent, sorry.
I'm talking to you, you old bastard.
That's so weird.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
Oh my god.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
Yo.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the Deputy Chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat?
It's just these characters are designed with like a certain accent in mind, and then here he comes.
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
And it's funny because it's not like Final Fantasy has never had an English-speaking character. Like the entirety of the FF7 cast speaks in English, like American accents.
Oh, stubborn little runt.
So do the Final Fantasy 13 crew, which is what these character models are based off of.
Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch. Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time.
Like they can't be using the same flowery language. It doesn't come across nicely in the American accent.
Lest you hurt my feelings.
Ooh.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
Shoot him, shoot him.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Ooh!
Is that?
How did you get here?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
What's that here for?
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Oh, is that the saintly hair?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekua is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends, but for good measure. I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd.
Well, how did you get here?
Talk is rife, there's a new Dawn servant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Shaktural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see. Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future.
That's so funny.
But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
No sooner did we set out— oh my god, my timer was running down during that entire cutscene. That's fucked up. At least no one was hurt. This Dustwatch has their work cut out for them. As long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. Just like in the go— look, even this whole scene is like— this looks like Back to the Future 3. Looks like Red Dead Redemption. It was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful solutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dustwatch was likely established by supporters of Kona, preferring peace being forced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Lands Guard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zaraljo's authority. All which is to say that unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse, PLC, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. I'll do this one more, and then I'm gonna saddle up. Haha. I'd like to think the stableman's arrived with the Ronique by now. I'll go on ahead and check. If you still want to have a look around, be my guest. Come and find us when you've had your fill. Okay, I think I'm gonna go after this one. Just so I can get ready. Give me time to look around a little bit. No. How many streams am I in now? 7? No. I'm like a week into the game, still no Cyberpunk. Sorry, they've kept you waiting. Unruly wildlife's not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our Ronique. Which is why I have to ask that you stop at Shenawezi Springs. Shenawezi Springs. It's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dustwatch dealt with this bandage? What does he sound like that if he's from here? Shouldn't he have an American accent? Kamalka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them up all's easier than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Well, be sure to stay vigilant. Alright then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Yeah, give me this mount. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shaloni has changed. Oh my gosh, the nighttime is gonna look so crazy out here. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Nopalitenders. Not just for the water in their stems, but their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. Oh, I guess they're cacti. See that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with cerulean, the eruption of flames from which within makes for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wander too close. I like that the camera The Wallachie, meanwhile, show great reverence to ceruleum in its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We're here. Is that them, the Wallachie? A good thing for these Ronique. They're moving so slow. Like the animation of it clearly intends for us to be moving faster. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short of Ronique. Now then. This is Sheshenzewi Springs. Sheshenwezi Springs. Perhaps the busiest town here in Shaloni. People travel here from all over hoping to find their fortune. The change come to Hutsatawi was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Yate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she'd never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let's see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Just flaming blue hair. I want her to be like a Yokoi or something. Like just something ridiculous. Aw, his chocobo looks like Dawntrail. Should I switch to my Gunbreaker? Oh, you can't even. My Gunbreaker is a cowboy. Kind of ill-fitting clothes my my ninja wears for this desert heat. Reminds me of the area in Shadowbringers where you find the thing. The what do you call it? It's like the one that's like where the light, there's like a wall of ice that is light. That's barely blue. He's my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is. Erinville, yes. A man grown. You were such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since we last spoke. Really? Only 3? I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Her hair is barely blue. Well, this is Iate. She's known my mentor since they were children. Nice to meet you. Never thought I'd see the day when you traveled company. You really have grown, Elenishpia. Is that what they call you? Are you dead naming Erinville? Alright. I was born in Alenishpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner, one that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. Yeah, don't dead name me Warrior of Light. A homecoming? You know, I've been thinking of paying the old stamping grounds to a visit myself. It would be good to see Kashwa again. I need somebody to say that name out loud. That's fucked up. She's the finest archer I know. Elena Shpia's mother and mentor. I was gonna say Aaronville, just because every time I drop by, she treats us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunt herself. Not because, well, one name is kind of hard to pronounce, but also it feels so disrespectful. You're impressive with the bow too, Yate, even among the Shatona. Oh, I couldn't compare to Kashwa. I'm gonna pronounce it like that. That's fucked up. Those vowels should not be put together. But her skills at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Kulu Jaja's traveling companions after all. She's always the inquisitive sort, but her journeys across Taral lit a fire in her. Even after Aaronville was born, she's often left them in my care so that she can embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. This person seems kind of disrespectful. Oh, how you cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you, considering it's only been like 3 years. Yate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led to nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assume everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she'll be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Well, we should be on our way. Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to Kashwa. Help, I need help. What's going on? What's that about? I can't even do a southern accent anymore. We'll investigate. Please wait here. We hear her voice and she's like full British. What was that about? What's that about? No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help me. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Woklamat's nursemaid. Oh, yeah. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. I can teleport. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on, did he say this is Woklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this ain't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss, we'll deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. Alright, let's kill these bastards. They're going after Nika. This lot I lead to you. Cocky bastard. I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. Alright. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Oh, 2 tanks. That's fucked up. Hold on, let's have a list. crazy. I didn't even get to hit them with any of my abilities. Waste my uptime. I don't know what people complain about. You wasted my cooldowns, I should say. There you go. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea what they're headed. You said they stole something from you? It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the right of succession ended and Wuklamat crowned as the next Dawn servant, she's ready to stand on her own. I told her as much of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if only they had left me that bracelet. I would ask what do you intend to do, but I know that look. I'll kick the shit out of them. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. I can assure you, no harm will come to us, so I will make certain of that. I love how confident he is in my abilities. I need me a hype man like that. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. In this area only, they employ like a wanted system. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat put so much faith in you both, and then if you get 5 stars, they actually put you in jail, like actual like FF14 jail. Before anything else, let's see her back to Sheshinawezi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Iyate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. Ah. Alright, we end it here, I think. I know I only streamed for 3 hours, so, you know, the thing I think is like 6 hours total watch time, so, you know, feel free to check out any other streams that might pop up. I am going to be streaming again later this week, probably not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow if I get out of work early enough, but yeah, probably not tomorrow, but maybe Saturday, definitely Sunday though, so we'll revisit this then. But for now, queue times are, it's a week after, and queue times are like all but fully recovered, it feels like. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That really meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. But she's safe, and I know you'll set things right. Yes, we're gonna end here. We're gonna grab Namika's bracelet back. But yeah, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Again, the previous parts of my playthrough are over on youtube.com/Soromoto. Check out my previous playthroughs of the previous expansions if you're so inclined. I also have playthroughs up for, I think the most recent ones I did were for Jedi Survivor, Jedi Fallen Order. Love those games. Yeah, that's it. If you are interested in anything else that I'm doing, catch up with me on Twitter, twitter.com/Soromoto, and yeah, I'll be posting whenever I'm about to go live. So that's pretty much it. I know my schedule's pretty sporadic, so, but if you can tune in, that'd be really great. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a happy 4th of July, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and peace out. Bye-bye!